More than 16 hours of testimony was given by 30 witnesses over 4 days in the courtroom of Raymond Kostrzewa in Muskegon County during Jeffrey Thomas Willis's preliminary exam for the alleged murder and kidnapping of Jessica Heeringa in the spring of 2013. Willis is represented by attorney Brian Hostica. Each witness called shed light and added a piece to the extensive puzzle around the disappearance of Jessica in the eyes of Muskegon County Prosecutor D.J. Hilson. Susan Mosley purchased a lighter from Jessica at the Exxon gas station at 10:52 p.m. Craig Harpster arrived at the gas station around 11:07 p.m., finding the station empty and calling 911.
There was nobody at the station at all. I went inside, hollered, hey, is anybody here? Nobody responded, and I proceeded to look throughout the store.
Eric Barber and Susan Follett said they saw a silver minivan parked behind the station and that they saw movement behind the van. They then saw the van driving away and turning north onto Old Grand Haven Road at 11:04 p.m. This was captured on camera. Jessica left behind an unlocked store, her personal belongings, and an untouched cash drawer. Outside the back door, there was a sign of a struggle. Investigators found blood that matched Jessica, 2 watch batteries, and the cover to a laser sight for a Walther P22. Jessica's fiancé, Dakotah Quail-Dyer, was questioned on their rocky relationship, drug use, and Jessica's notes in her journal contemplating running away.
Isn't it true shortly before her disappearance, you caught her with drugs, or found out she was using drugs?
Yeah.
You caught her with a second phone that you didn't know about, correct?
Well, I knew about it.
You did?
Yes.
Then why did you smash it?
Because she was hiding it in the lining of her truck so she could, in her car, so she could talk to the drug dealer. I found the phone and found the drugs and flipped out and smashed the phone.
The defendant admitted to knowing Jessica and frequented the Exxon station. He was there around 5 p.m. before playing cards at a nearby game room. Willis purchased a silver minivan a month prior to her disappearance. Authorities interviewed and searched Willis's van on May 7, 2013.
When we opened up the back, he opened up the back and we looked through it. It was very clean, like to the point where there were vacuum marked lines still on the carpet. Smelled of cleaning product. He advised that he had just had it detailed because he just purchased it a month prior, Licking Auto in Grand Rapids.
According to HR records at Herman Miller, Willis took the 25th off, and that evening Brenda Nester saw Willis at the station and then saw him leave in a silver van taking a right onto Grand Haven Road.
After I had said that her boyfriend should be up there, her husband should be up there with her to make sure she was safe when she left, he made the comment, she got her customers looking out for her. He looked right at me when he said it. And she sort of shook her head and sort of shivered.
Phone records show that Willis's phone was pinging in the area of a home at 3038 Bailey in Norton Shores in the late evening of April 26th and early morning of April 27th. His home phone called him at 11:22 p.m., 11:59 p.m., midnight, and 12:05 a.m. During a search of the Bailey property, investigators found several empty bleach bottles that were manufactured in 2013 and a checklist of items, many of which were found in Willis's van in 2016.
One is labeled kit with a square around it. Again, most of these items have asterisks on them. There's one section that's got an asterisk and it's divided with 4 additional hash marks of items. First part is parenthesis 2, parenthesis handcuffs and keys, restraint bar, hood, parenthesis 2, parenthesis ball gag with an S in a different colored ink to make ball gags, restraint board, question mark, toolbox, locks and keys, gloves, tape and washcloth, vibrator bullet, neck restraint, bag of rubber gloves.
The Walther P-22 belonging to Michelle Snowtella was found in Willis's van in 2016 with the serial number shaved off. The laser cover recovered at the Exxon station is the same type of laser that was on her gun. The ballistics from that gun and DNA found on the weapon matches that of Rebecca Bletch, who was found shot to death along Automobile Road in Dalton Township in June of 2004.
Yes, it says cause of death, multiple gunshot wounds of head.
And manner?
Homicide.
Willis's third alleged victim, a 16-year-old identified as MJN, recounted the events on the morning of April 16, 2016, where she was walking home from a party and got into a silver minivan. She said the alleged suspect, Willis, pointed a handgun with an orange tip at her as she jumped out of the van on Green Creek Road. She later identified Willis from a photo lineup and he was arrested a few days later. Willis's coworker, Clifford Baron, asked Willis about scratch marks on his arms, face, and hands the Sunday after Jessica Heeringa disappeared. Willis said that he was working on his brakes.
Could you describe, just in general for the court, where those scratches were located?
He had a really big one on his right hand right here. He had 3 on this arm, and he had 1 on his face.
All right.
At the Willis residence at 1842 South Sheridan Drive in Muskegon Township, investigators found a printed list of American serial killers with marks next to Lawrence Bittaker and Roy Norris. They were also known as the Toolbox Killers.
These two gentlemen used a van and they abducted, raped, tortured, and killed these 5 women.
They also found hard drives with hundreds of videos with a common 4-part theme: kidnapping women, restraint, rape, and murder. Also contained was a folder labeled VIX, containing folders labeled with the initials of Heeringa and Bletch, and containing several images and news articles about the 2 women.
Describe for the court what 3 subfolders were contained within the VIX folder.
Yes, sir. There were 3 folders. One was titled with initials JLH, and there was a parentheses. It said then DZ13, close parentheses. Then there was another folder that was RSB, and then a parentheses, and it was FZ plus C, and 14, and then close parentheses, and then another folder that was titled Scans.
A flash drive was also discovered that revealed several of Willis's passwords were J4L27H13, possibly a reference to Jessica Heeringa's initials in the day after her disappearance.
The password was changed to J4L27H13.
So the initials of Jessica Heeringa, and then date of
4/27/13.
and in how many, in the 2015 document, how many passwords were changed to that?
Seven.
Inside his van was a locked toolbox and small black box that contained restraints, ropes, chains, a ball gag, rubber gloves, .22 caliber rounds, the Walther P-22, syringes, blue pills, and an image of the female anatomy with several different injection points.
The picture of female anatomy and shows on the top shoulder it shows medium speed, on the stomach it says fast speed, on either thigh it shows slow speed, and then on the rear of the female it shows on the hip area fast speed, once again on the shoulder medium speed, and on the lower buttocks or the thighs slow speed.
After the 4 days, Judge Kostrzewa determined there was enough evidence for Jeffrey Thomas Willis to be bound over to circuit court for trial.